All right. Hello. Can you hear me? I think I am live. Hello. Hello. Who have we got here? I've got LL. Hello. Darren. Hello. Lee. Hello. Oh, is that what we've got? Bernie's just been held up, so we're just waiting for Bernie to arrive. He's been bar sitting. So today we're going to have a chat about the Father Crespi collection. Have you heard about the Father Crespi collection? So we're going to get into that. And as you can see behind me, there's in the collection, there's a lot of what we would think is sort of Sumerian kind of iconography. So we're going to get into that. Hello, Ludwig. Ludwig, how you going? Ed Bragg, hello. How do I say your name? Is it Cooper? What do I say to that? Cooper, hello. And thank you for your support. Madman636, hello. And thank you for everyone for joining us. Like I said, Bernie's just he's just been held up. So I thought we'd just have a bit of a chat. What do we got here? We all end up ascending, leaving the body, going up to a higher realm, but some are taken before their time. That's true. I mean, we're going through a big change at the moment, aren't we? It's getting interesting. This month is going to be very interesting, guys. So hold on to your horses. There is so much going on under the radar, shall we say? Obviously, you know, the MSN and the fake news isn't going to report any of it, but there are court cases being launched at Supreme Courts, left, right, and centre. There's, you know, people are being served, police stations, councils, governments are being served. So it's all going down. Australia is having a big push because we've got a lot of, I can't really say the word, but, P files in our government. And they've actually all been, we've got all the evidence against 27, I think it is, sitting or past parliamentarians. And so there's a massive push to get that released, and that will really, really shake people up. So it's all going down. Hello, Nikki. How you going? Jim, hey, good to see you. You're at work. That's no good. We're just waiting for Bernie to arrive, but we'll be going for a while. Richie, hey, how you going, mate? Good to see you. Hope all is well out in the Canary Islands. You're going to have to get some footage for us too, Richie, of the stone mounds and things that are out there. I mean, there's heaps out there, isn't there? Bernard is joining shortly. All right, he's rushing home. That doesn't seem ethical. What doesn't seem ethical? You'll have to enlighten me on that, Cooper. I'm going to call you Cooper because I'm not sure what to call you, unless you want to tell me your name. 29, is it? LL, there you go, 29, including a former sitting Prime Minister. So there you go. Is symbology an actual word? I don't know. Is it? What does sim mean? Like sim is what is sim? To join? Is that right? As in I don't know, symbiosis, symphony. I don't know. What does sim mean? The Sims? Little people. Higher state of consciousness. Welcome from the UK. Thank you for joining us. Hello, Aidan. How you going? Thanks for being here. Mark Emery, good morning. It's evening here, so it's called Friday Night Live. So it's Friday night in Perth, Australia. Well, it's 6:22 in the evening. So wherever you are, hope you're having a good Friday. Or is anyone in Thursday still? Is it Thursday in the UK still? Higher state of consciousness? I'm not sure. And of course, Martin, the big Tartarian get-together is next week. And tomorrow we are doing a pre-record for it with UAP, Max Eigen, Martin and myself. So we're going to record a Tartarian roundtable, and that will be shown at the event, whatever it's called, conference event. And then Martin's not going to live stream it just because there's too many issues and too many things that can go wrong, but it will be all recorded and all released after the event for you guys whoever can't get there to see and to join in. Gnome and Bell's Word. Hello, Melbourne. How you going? Yes, I've just recorded. It'll be going up tomorrow. Recorded it yesterday. A chat with Kel, who runs the, I think it's called Australia Tartaria page on Facebook, and she's in Melbourne. So yeah, maybe you two can have a chat. Mick Ward. Hello. How you going? Natanat Jackson. Chebro from Aotearoa. Hey, New Zealand, how you going? Hippie Shake, hello, how are you? Hope I haven't missed anyone. Tartan McTwisted, hello from Scotland. I like the name, very cool. Verona McKay. This whole timeline is unethical. Yes, I agree. Very unethical. I think I've got everyone. I don't want to miss anyone here. Brenda Lowe, hello. Mick, did I say hello to you? Mick Ward. Susan McLean, hello. Darren Aiden. Thank you. It's 6:30 a.m. Friday in the US. There you go, 12. So you must be on it's the East Coast, isn't it? That's 12 hours behind me. Saturday in New Zealand. Oh, really? Okay. So yeah, you're ahead of us, aren't you? What's the time there? What are you, about 4 hours ahead? Oh, maybe 3. What are you? Oh, no. What are you, 10:30 there, LL? Hippie Shake, 11:23 a.m. in the UK. Oh, there you go. It's daytime. Someone tried to convince me that Bernard isn't Andy Sandbergs. Who's Andy Sandbergs? I'm not sure who he is. I'm going to spell that in hell. I don't know who that is. Max Eigen, that's who told us about the P files. Oh, there you go. Yeah, he's been, in the game for years. I remember seeing Max, because Max used to do podcasts. He started off with podcasts and he never showed his face. You just heard him talk, and for years, no one knew what he looked like. And I remember seeing the first video when he just suddenly showed his face and this voice connected to this face. It was very weird. But yeah, Max is a legend. Friday, 11:25 in the UK. Can't wait for that. Yeah, for the conference, yes. 11:24. You're in the UK too, Darren. Sounds awesome. Woohoo, yes. Oh, you're going, Hippie Shake. Awesome. Wow. You have to get us some extra footage, some behind the scenes. Thank you, Noman Bell. New Zealand doesn't exist. It's a myth. Oh, I thought that was Australia. Okay, so none of us exist. Okay, there we go. Forever Flat, how you going? Welcome. Good to see you. Disciple of Messiah, hello, 6:20 a.m. Where's that? So you're east coast of the USA, no doubt. Mutton Chop, I am in Perth, Australia. So yes, and Bernie is in Canada. So it's a multi-continental stream. We're just waiting for Bernie to turn up. Scotty, how you going? Thank you. Ellis Nordert, hello. Ellenbrook, oh, there you go. I don't think I'll put the link in below, but I started a chat on Telegram. So there's one on Facebook, but I know a lot of people aren't on Facebook. So I've just started one on Telegram. So I'll link that up in some videos. So everyone come along and have a chat. And the idea of that is so that we can find people in our area and have some meetups, because we've already had 2 here in Perth and we're going to get more. And I'm finding, like, every week I'm finding 3 or 4 new people in Perth. So it is growing. So I'll put that link, Elise. Make sure you look for it, or send me an email and I'll keep you in the loop. Max is a top man. He is. Tartan McTwisted from Scotland. See, lots of people think I'm from Scotland because of my name, Cambell. Is that Scottish? Cambell? Bad accents. But, well, actually, I am from Scotland, apparently, many generations ago on my dad's side, but he's from New Zealand and his dad was from England. And I'm actually, my mum's side is German. So there you go. South Africa, there you go. Hello. Verona McKay. Brent, hello from Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. There you go. That's Canada, right? There you go. Hello. Mutton chops is too well fed for an Australian sheep. Mutton chops, that's that. Yeah. Isn't that like a puffet or something. Hello, what the flock? Paul, how you going? Welcome. Mike James, Chris Tanner, hello, Madman. Bernie, he's on his way. He's getting there. Disciples of Messiah. Oh, where'd that go? Prayers for all of my brothers and sisters across the pond and down under fighting the good fight. Thank you. Yes, everyone on the East Coast and in New Zealand too. Keep up the good fight, guys. Don't let these guys encroach on your freedoms, but don't get yourself hurt. But we need to make a stand and draw that line. This is getting ridiculous. In South, it's literally all of Australia now, apart from my state, Western Australia. It's well, actually, the Northern Territory is still pretty lax as well. But South Australia is now released an app that they want everyone to download, and they have to take random photos of themselves to show that they're at home quarantining. So there you go. It's awesome. The Great Awakening. But all this is doing is making people wake up to what's going on. People are waking up every day and pushing back more and more every day. Oh, the Duke of Argyll. Is that what Campbell means, or is that who he was? Ludwig? There you go. I don't have a P in my name, though. I never learnt the alphabet correctly. And when I had to say it, I missed the P. So there's no P in my name. There you go. We see too far. We do see too far. No curve. Boats come back over the horizon when you have a certain type of camera and lens. It's amazing. Mutton chop. Rude, whoever mentioned my weight. New Zealand sheep, well fed. What could I say? Oh, I didn't realize you're in here, mutton chop. How rude. I thought that was a puppet. That Anzac spirit, yes. The rivalry between Aussie and New Zealand. What bullshit. I agree. We need to stand together. The rivalry should be between us and those who wish to control us and take our rights and freedoms and choice away. We need to stand together. Elias Komenos, hello. Patience, brothers, we are getting there. We sure are. It is, and I know everyone's getting frustrated, but seriously, things are happening. And, obviously a lot of this stuff can't be posted, on social media, and it can't be put out there very much, just because, the powers that be will find it. This is the thing. And this is what's kind of happened with the truckie blockade in Australia. Is, as far as I can tell, there's stuff going on, but they can't do it. They can't release a date and say we're going to do it now, because the states will bring all the police and the army and all types of stuff onto the street to stop it. So it's just going to happen one day. I've heard that there might be a bit happening already in Victoria. I'm not sure. Yes, I agree, Bernie. Insane, right? Tracking gone crazy. Thank you, LL. We love our Kiwi brothers and sisters too. Nice, no sideburns last time I checked. What? What is going on in this chat? The rivalry of fallen gods. Wake up, sleepwalkers. Yes, I agree. And that's, when you get into this, that's really what this is all about. And it's about those who wish to be gods on earth. Those who, they're not connected to source, to, God, the universe, the great spirit, Allah, whatever you want to call it. And so they're trying to, that's why they invert everything and try and make everything, not organic. Everything's, produced because it's fake, just like everything. And that's what they're trying to do, create a fake world. So then they can be the fake gods, because they can't rule nature. They know that. That's why all this law stuff is there, to pretend that we're dead people. It's just all an act. But people are waking up. Chris Tanner, Mona, and bringing the Medi procedure for workers and public. Mona and bringing, I'm not sure what that means, but yeah, you're talking about the nurses and everyone's, being forced to get the jabby jab now. Bill's prick. Insane. So in Tasmania, are you in Tasmania, Verona? I've got a friend in Tasmania. Yeah, I don't hear a lot about Tasmania. What's going on down there, if that's where you are? Objects seek their relative density. They do. Hello, Crypto Alchemist. Oh, Crypto Alchemist. Haha, it's going up. crypto is going up. I'm quite happy. I am. I actually have more than I had. What was it? 3 months ago, or whatever it was, when it decided to destroy itself overnight, with the help of Mr. Musk and all those people. Oh, thank you, Mutton Shop. Thank you. Good, Craig. Hey, Trucky. Thank you. Much respect. I hope they don't stop you. Yeah, if you can let me know anything on the quiet, I've got an email. But yeah, this is the thing. It can't be put out there. I understand all that. Where are we? Kiwi MacArthur. Hello, Darren. Grow your own food. Yes, I agree. It's spring here now. Obviously in the northern the inner ring, it's different. So I'm just about to get my gardens going. It's still very cold, but I'm going to get planted out for spring. Everything totally falling apart here in Thailand. Stephen, how you going? How is Thailand? Like, haven't heard a lot. The last I sort of heard was a couple of months ago, and yeah, you guys were standing up over there. So how's it going? What's falling? I hope it's the system falling apart, not the people. Let's try saying organic polyglot autodidactic really fast. Organic polyglot autodidactic. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. Red leather, yellow leather. I can say that. Bill's prick is spiritual death, but we are strong. I totally agree. Art matters, and we are, and art does matter. Art, expression, creativity. Mick Ward, hello. This world is upside down, inside out, back to front, wrong way round, and just wrong. That's why we're here, Mick. We're here to change it. Paleo Mountain Man, hello. How is it in Vermont? That's mountain country, isn't it? I guess that's why you're a mountain man. You made it, yes. Bryce. Bryce, hang on, I can read that. Bryce Timothy Bush, is that right? Hello, you made it. All right, Bernie is here. Let's add him to the stream. Okay, can you hear me, Bernie? You're muted.
Yeah, just give me a sec here. I'm still setting a couple things up.
No worries. I'll keep talking. Paul Tidywells, hello. Welcome. Stephen Humphreys, everything closed down and riots. Oh, good. I think that's good. Is that good? Yeah, stay strong. I mean, riots, we don't want anyone getting hurt, but we need to draw a line, and these powers that be, whoever they are, aren't allowed to cross that, and we need to start making this line, because we've just let them wander in and do whatever they want. They're literally going into people's houses now. Debbie Brain, nice name. Hello. Are you live? ZA, happy cues. I am. Yes, we are live. ZA, I'm not sure what that means. My cat is calling me. If you can hear her. Two Fish, Virgo, last sign of summer or last sign of winter over there. Down here, it's the last sign of winter. It is cruising away. It's coming fast. Callum, got to you again, buddy. Oh, Callum, hello, welcome. How you going, mate? Bob the Builder, hello, Bob the Builder. Can you fix it? Yes, you can. From Wellington, New Zealand. It is coming fast. It's coming things are this month, guys. Seriously. Hold on to your britches. Stay strong, Rolly. Yes, where's Rolly? I missed you, did I? Oh, there you are. V Passports. Hello, Rolly. Mandatory September 22nd in Ontario, Canada. Yeah, what's going on? When's your election? Hopefully that'll change some things. Yeah. Kick that, Fidel Castro's son out of there, man. That guy's crazy. I saw an interview of him the other day, or, he was doing a speech or something, and he just started putting she in front of random words to try and be woke, I guess. And the guy just doesn't make sense. He's following Biden's example. George Mativa, hello from Detroit. Detroit's the windy city. Is that correct? Or is it the motor city? It's one of those, or is it both? Rob Watt, hello. How you going? Where are we? Bernie's almost ready. Craig is awake. Fabian, sorry, Olivos. G'day, how you going? Lockdown in, how are you going in lockdown at Mutton Shop? Yeah, so, yeah, who's in lockdown? See, it's all a bit weird to me because I haven't, I mean, we had two, I guess, lockdowns. They were, they weren't real lockdowns. We were just, told to wear masks and don't go out unless you need to. And I ignored it. A lot of people did. Most people complied and put their nappy on, but the last one was months ago, and that's all we've had. It's very, very strange. I'm kind of happy that I'm here, but I'm kind of, I hope all you guys are all right. I'd rather be in helping, to tell you the truth. Cat Free, hello, welcome. Miles Phillips, awakening is at hand. It is. It totally is. Susan McLean, your child's university in Chicago requiring it. Oh, I don't think education is worth, the risk. The Motor City, is it? There you go. Detroit, the Motor City. There you go. That's where they build all those big blocks. Saw a video of Trudeau's bus surrounded. Yeah. Yeah, I saw a couple of those. Where, yeah, basically people were just chanting obscenities at him, shall we say. What was that? Bob the Builder Biden Butthead. Drunk old guy. How you going? Still under GLaDOS control here. Yeah, I've got a good friend in New South Wales too. That chick, Gonzo, right, from the Muppet Show, or who's the guy from MASH with the honker? Yeah, that's one ugly man, that GLaDOS person. She needs to be thrown in jail. Bernai, he had to stay. His girlfriend got held back at work, but he's almost here. Test Luries, everyone, we're up here and neighbors turning on each other. Oh, that's no good. Sorry, Aiden, where were you? Gosh, I'm getting everyone mixed up. Were you in Thailand? I can't remember. That's not good if people are turning on each other. Cities were formed for more sinners. Cities aren't good. I need to get out, and it's probably a good idea to have at least an escape plan. If you can, land, veggies, all that kind of stuff. The Constitution says venting cathodes in diodes. Go to church. Gulag GLaDOS. Yeah, I mean, we don't have much of a constitution here in Australia, but we do have enough. They've broken enough laws and all this kind of stuff. And I mean, in the end, we're under common law, people. We're walking on the earth. We're not swimming in the water. Or in boats. Marcel Allen, hello. Much love to you. Oh, who's that? Salty. Oh no, Salty, is it? Salty Delighted. A fella, where'd that go? Gosh, how do I say that? Felicitations from Adelaide. Salty Delighted. So, yes, part of the Salty Army. Glad to have you here. If you have not checked out the Salty Cracker and his streams, I do recommend you do. They are much fun. And he gets he gets 50,000 people on a live stream, that guy. So yeah, much fun. Bernie is with us. He is looking at the camera. He's looking surprised. He's looking for his microphone. All right. So we're going to talk about Father Crespi and his collection, which is
yes, sir.
Yeah, quite a sort of what's the word I'm looking for? It's full of out of place artifacts, is what it is. Ooparts. Yes. So we'll get into that. So welcome, Bernie, the third eye.
Mine's third eye science guy without the bow tie.
Without the bow tie, obviously. Yes, that's the one. Welcome. All right, we've got 179 people watching us, Bernie. So it's time to perform. Thank you again to everyone who's joined us.
Now.
Yes.
Yeah, so the Father Crespi collection, for those that don't know, Father Crespi was a Jesuit priest that was a missionary over in Ecuador around the turn of the 19th century. and he was actually one that was good to the locals, and the local indigenous people rewarded him by bringing him all of these artifacts that are not accepted by mainstream academia today, but are fully documented, and it's one of the many different golden libraries around the world. And it's from Burroughs Cave, they believe, and that's a whole another story that happened after Crespi died, but it involved the Ecuadorian government, as well as I believe Neil Armstrong went on the Burroughs Cave adventure with the Ecuadorian government and army, and NASA, I guess, had a part in it, and a bunch of soldiers died in some of the traps that they had set in the caves, so they just claimed that there was nothing there, but it's massive. Actually, maybe if you want to pull up Burroughs Cave, Campbell, and show its huge megalithic brick blockwork underground, along this same size and scope as some of those Siberian megaliths.
Burroughs Cave?
Yes, sir. Is it Burroughs?
Yep, that looks right. Oh, yeah, right, okay. Hang on, let me share my screen. Hang on. There, Chrome tab. What am I doing? That one. Okay, here we go. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So there.
Or is
that?
Burroughs
no,
Cave?
that's Assassin's Creed.
Burroughs Cave.
I've got these. This guy's crawling through it.
Yeah,
And then are these part of it? These tunnels?
I am not sure.
I'll see if we can get a better one here. Gosh, they don't like to show much, do they? So this is a lot of Crespi stuff. We've got massive caves in southern Brazil. Okay, so there's not many pictures. Burroughs Caves. Let me put Crespi. All right. No, they don't want to show us. So we've got, this is basically it. This is what they're going to show us, that people are climbing in there, and it's obviously what bigger on the inside, is it? Oh, gosh. So there we go. I'll stop sharing because I don't have an awesome pic there. All right. So basically, yeah, all this stuff was found. Well, there was a cache, right, in a cave. And when they went in there to explore, a few people got killed and things like this. And basically, yeah, this collection, it's there. What was it? Over 50,000 pieces, I think, in the collection.
So the Crespi collection is everything that the indigenous brought to Father Crespi from, I believe, like 1920s, maybe even earlier, up until like the 40s or 50s it was. And then Chariots of the Gods. Who was that? The German UFO guy, or
von Däniken.
Yes, he was one of
Eric
the first people to actually go, and he documented and took pictures of Father Crespi's collection with him while Crespi was still alive. And it's they got Sumerian, they've got
I've got some pics here. I'll just share them while you're talking.
Basically every single ancient culture and civilization that existed in our great antiquity. They pulled out gold scrolls and all sorts of ridiculous artwork that rewrites our history completely.
It does, and there's a big Here we go. Okay, can you see that? Okay, so this is part of the collection. That's a bit of a strange picture, but there's also a theme of giants running through this collection.
Absolutely, there are.
Yeah, and this is South America, of course, and we have the stories of the Patagonian giants. So this is how we go in there. So this is some of the writing. There was all these gold. What are they, tablets? So it was almost like rolled gold leaf with pictures and a language on it.
So that one, I guess, was like the ancient Mayan one or something. But
yeah, you can see all the pictographs. Yeah.
So cool.
Let's see what else we got. Okay, here's that's Father Crespi, and that is one big guitar. And
one
that guitar's
giant gold, and it's made out of pure gold.
It's gold, yeah. And look at the size of that. And why you would make a guitar of pure gold, I don't know. I don't know if it's playable, what the deal is, but you would have to be pretty big, obviously, to lift that. Now, this is, just to show you, this is Ecuador. This is from Father Crespi's collection. I've got a better picture of that. And this is from Egypt. And just look at the similarities.
Undeniable.
Yeah, I mean, even the hair is the same, it's so the reason I don't want to talk about this collection is because it links South America with Mesopotamia and ancient Egypt, which there's not supposed to be a connection there. Again,
straight Babylonian right there.
Yeah, exactly. Look at that. Is that a better pic? And it looks like I don't know, is that stone? Looks like it's carved out of stone, but that's got the bag and everything. That's straight from, Anunnaki, right? Here's some more. So these are, again, this, right? Anunnaki. Look at that one. That's what Assyrian, they kind of have that, isn't it? But also, yeah. But, that's obviously close to Egyptian too. There is this.
That's got to be like Atlantean or something, some sort of wizard.
There is a snake theme running through this as well.
Always, yeah.
And of course, the Egyptians on with the snakes on their heads and things.
And look at that language. That language there looks like Proto-Greek.
This one, yeah. It's not the best picture, but it does. These are just some of the gold plates. And down here we've got some more.
And is that like
the more Aztec kind of language,
or the Easter Island language, maybe?
Okay, yeah, right.
Or I keep forgetting it. The East Indian language of the Vedic. No,
Vedic. Yep, Vedic. That's the one. So that's the thing. It's linking everything. I mean, look at this. This is from South America, and we've got an elephant here, right? And this,
look at that language. That looks like Proto-Greek or Slavic.
It does very much.
And how would a bunch of tribes people with no education be able to forge these like exact languages in their ancientest of dialects? Like, right, it's just so ridiculous, their claims of forgery. It's beyond impossible.
Exactly. And the thing is, even what is it, 8 years ago, before New Earth's series came out, this kind of stuff really was an anomaly because we had no connection. It was just people were thinking, oh well, they sailed between continents, but now this kind of stuff, with what we know now, is really connecting or giving more of a story of the ancient, advanced civilization that was worldwide. Here's a guitar again. These, I'm not sure what these are, but they're covered in symbols, but they're sort of, I don't know, bookmarks or swords or something made of metal. And here's the Anunnaki dude again. And so this is in South America. So, what does that say for this whole Anunnaki narrative, right? Because the narrative is that they came down on the mountain. Was it Mount Ararat? But on the mountain in Mesopotamia. So if they're in South America too, what does that say for that narrative? And this dude up here, snake coming out of his forehead. So now that, I would say, probably represents, energy of some kind. Here's a better picture in gold. My cat's yelling. Hang on one sec.
And it's like that there were these global seafaring cultures and civilizations throughout history. And when you look at the maps, it seems like it's continuous, and there has always been some sort of global empire existing, seafaring throughout all of history, not just when they claim Columbus found America. And that has to go in with both the Phoenicians as well as the Moorish and the Lemurians. And yeah, we've just been lied to on so many levels. It's insane.
We have. I mean, and obviously there's more to this story too. The position of Atlantis, that's obviously a discussed, topic still. And that may be somewhere, different than we've thought about. That may have, because if we have the same iconography and the same kind of stuff in the Americas as we do in Europe and Africa, then you would think, if it has a common origin, which is Atlantis or Lemuria, then you would think that land would sort of be central to all those places. So that when it went down, everyone just took off in opposite directions and they all landed, So yeah, I don't think just off the coast of Africa or, these places are actually correct.
Right. And who knows? It could even be Antarctica if it exists how they claim it does.
Yeah, it could be. Who knows? I mean, there's plenty of stories of stuff down, being found in Antarctica. Here's another one. This is on gold, like
a golden igloo in Ecuador with a giraffe above and a kangaroo.
A giraffe. Look at that. And an elephant. All right. So what's this saying? And we've got a happy dude pointing at a star. And of course, right, there's pyramids in a lot of these pictures too. There you go, right? Are these cats? Now, I was looking at this before. Cats? I thought cats were native to Asia, not South America.
Right, I think just the panther, but there's like bobcats and
there's bigger cats,
sphinxes or
sphinxes,
minks. Sorry.
Oh, mink. Oh, yeah, minks. Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, they're like domestic cats, aren't they? So I mean, another pyramid there. This one.
And like, what is that? That's Proto-Greek or Slavic of some sort as well.
There's a few letters you can kind of work out. So yeah, and it's interesting that on these pyramids they have the sun at the top. Have you noticed that?
Exactly.
Instead of the all-seeing eye. So again, we know what these people do. They just get our symbols and they invert them. They change the meaning of them. Here's some more pyramids. Oh, that one's a bit more scary. Snakes, antelopes and things. Gosh. Freaky people. But yeah, here's this one again with the sun on top and an elephant and this, crazy writing. I mean, that doesn't match anything.
Proto-Slavic. Like, that's some Russian letters in there, I see.
It's definitely nothing from South America.
Oh, shit.
More gold. Look at these dudes.
Runic.
And then, there's not much writing, but there's that writing again. So this writing was all over the place. And it's, it's pretty much a link to Europe, isn't it?
Exactly. And your eagle.
Here we go again. So this is the one that looks.
When were books invented again, right? Or when do they claim books were invented? Like, look at that.
Look, is even got the writing
in the middle,
in there.
You got your page, your cover.
So there you go. He's sitting in his his serpent
double
chair.
Snake throne.
There you go. And of course, there's so much symbology, third eye symbology, right? He's got feathers instead of the snake, and this one,
giant crown.
It's a bit low, but giant crown. Look at the size of that baby. So imagine how big the person was that wore that. was it King Gilgamesh? And yeah, this is one of the golden sheets. So you can sort of see some of them are quite large, and it's just like it's pretty thin. It's like
Paper.
gold paper, thick gold leaf kind of
Gold
stuff.
sheets.
Yeah. And how could they produce that? How could they roll that, with this print on it? In South America, and this was done, before Columbus. But apparently there was no one there apart from half-naked people running around, chasing animals. And here we go. So this
copper tablets. That's Proto-Sumerian for sure. Sumerian.
So, and this is the thing, right? With archaeology, I mean, look at all the information that this, is in this collection. Yet we're not allowed to know. Archaeologists aren't allowed to go study this because they will lose their job, literally, and then they won't be able to get other jobs.
It's a travesty. Like, these should be like scanned and put into computer AI programs for linguistical analysis, and I guarantee you it would tell you what year or age they were written, just compared to the dialect of the writing of what languages they are.
Exactly. And there's also, look, this has got symbols, so it's I wonder what information it is. It doesn't look like just stories. It looks like it's got,
probably star alignments, constellations, stuff like that. Dating and aging.
I mean, that could be, it could be the history too, couldn't it? Who knows?
That's how the legends go, that the golden tablets contain the history of Earth.
It does. Yeah, exactly right.
Supposedly one under the pyramids of Giza, one in Romania, I believe, the Romanian
in a mountain.
Sphinx.
Yep.
And then this one, and then there's a couple more, I believe, in like Mexico or something like that have been found. Yep. And I would guess also in the Grand Canyon there, where Rex actually was today there. If you've
seen his
videos, pretty jealous. But where Kincaid made his discovery and the Smithsonian stole it.
That's another one, right? Egypt in America. So now we've got Egypt, in North America, and Egypt in South America. And of course, that's one landmass. And look at this guy, like, this looks older, and like an older one again, like the one that we said looked
pre-Antediluvian would be my guess with that. And like, look at that, like, father language or mother language to the right of this crazy pictographic. Like, what is that? That's just, who knows what sort of insanity that is describing right there.
Exactly. I mean, I wonder if it's telling us who this dude is. But this is the thing, right? Like, this guy's obviously pre-Egyptian. I mean, look at the skirt he's wearing. That's so Egyptian with that cut and this stuff. And the headdress even, that you can see that's, well, Egypt, what we see from Egypt is a stylized version of this.
Exactly. Absolutely.
So it's, this is old stuff. There's that gold again. Oops. Oh. Yeah, so look at that. South America. I mean, come on, right?
That's first dynasty for sure. Like, undeniable.
It's ridiculous. They got this has got like a sun on the top, but normally what we see on the top, we're told is a moon, isn't it, normally? Or oh no, actually, no, sorry, it is. It's the sun disk. What am I saying?
The Eye of Ra.
It is the sun disk. Yeah. I'm losing my mind. That's all right. I've seen that one. Yeah, this one looks more, Aztec. Yeah, Mesoamerican for sure. So, and it's also doesn't look. It looks a bit more
peyote.
Yeah. Not as
the shaman's journey right there of initiation, guaranteed.
Exactly. Yeah, it's not structured like the other stuff is. It's not. Yeah.
Take a little bit too much psilocybin and you might be seeing some of those faces.
You can paint that too.
Right, but like, look at that, pure Babylonian, pure Assyrian, Sumerian, like, same like that Egyptian style tree arc device thing that's behind
this
the pine cone Thoth guy. So as an alchemist, am I supposed to believe that this is Thoth, the blue-haired demigod that started it all and wrote the emerald tablets? I don't know. I just don't know.
What's in his bag, right? He's got his little bag. He's got his pine cone. Is that people? Because they can hold their third eye in their hand. And this is, I mean,
that is great technology.
Numerous, yeah, it is. And there's numerous depictions of it from Sumeria where they're standing on both sides and stuff. And there's, you know, electricity coming out of it and all types of stuff. So, but I mean, who would believe that that's a tree? That's what they try and tell us.
Right?
That's
like
the tree of life. I mean, what? That looks like an electrical circuit. But there you go. That's the end of the pics for now. So I'll stop sharing. There we go. We are back. How have we got here? Zal, how you going? Got to have a god bag. Of course you do. Yeah, didn't you know Gucci was around in Mesopotamia? He was a foul. Who we got here? Tree of Knowledge. How you going, Sonia? Welcome. Jessica J6. Hello. Lee Charles. Hello. Who else have we got here that's new? Isabella Live. Hello. It's not a tree. It's not a tree. I agree. Definitely some kind of ancient tech. Carlos 888. Hello. So there we go. So yeah. What do you think? Oh, hang on. Who's trying to come into our stream? Is that you?
Yeah, I'm sharing a screen there.
Oh, there you go.
So this is another major part, or just devastates the official narrative of history. And this is the Medicine Hat Badlands Guardians. So it's just about 100 kilometers southeast of me, I believe, in Alberta here. And that is a road going up to an oil derrick right there in what looks to be an earbud of the Native American.
Oh, is that a topographic shot of the land?
Yeah, that's from an airplane or from a satellite.
I could see was that Indian. Wow.
And there's actually 3. So there's this main guy, and then there's a little guy right here, and then an Olmec face right here, and then this guy right here as well. And there's actually 3 more really defined ones.
I wonder what he's listening to.
Oh yeah, so this guy right here as well in that collection, and that's like the dragon head mask.
Yeah. You can see the face underneath it. Yeah,
that's along the same lines as the Nazca lines and glyphs, like if not more, like even more intense of what's the word, like
geographic geoglyph.
Yeah, terraforming. Actually, like these are giant hills and valleyways that they sculpted. That you can see this from space.
And the Nazca lines are just geoglyphs. Really, they're just literally lines in the ground with some kind of different kind of rock. Where this is actually, this is hills. This is huge,
right? And like, so those are the monuments, and then what the Fareham Research Institute or Fareham Foundation has found is that there are also corresponding geoglyphs at these sites where these numbers are, and that when you measure them out, these megalithic line geoglyphs, that depending on their angle and their length, plot out to every other ancient spot on the earth.
Have you shown this to Michelle?
A little bit, but we will go more in depth.
She's gonna freak out. Oh my god! Really?
Right? And yeah, so these 4 spots, geoglyphic spots, map out like that's all across North America, Cairo, France, Egypt. Ireland, Egypt, right? Geoglyphs 4, these radials.
Greenland, Cornwall, Canary Islands. Wow.
Right, just impossible places. And then what's even crazier is that he's then goes to each of these ancient sites and then has found the corresponding geoglyphs on each of the other ancient sites, and it essentially validates like the Bosnian pyramid complex here. And that depending on what age they show up at, it's how old they are. So these ones, as well as the Medicine Hat Badlands, have to be at least 32,000 years old. Is when they start showing up in the other ancient geoglyph spots. And so he shows right here this massive crater in Central America that used to have other locations and stuff, and it's just it completely rewrites all of history. It's insane, but awesome.
So you said that there were corresponding glyphs. So does that mean that, like, if there's a glyph at that center point that's pointing to Luxor, say, or to Egypt, does that mean that in Egypt there's a glyph that is the same as the one that's pointing towards Egypt?
You got it. So here, this is a map from the Bosnian pyramid, and this is one of the geoglyph that they found there. So it goes to southern tip of Russia, Luxor, Cape Town, Africa, Tunisia, Bay of the Nazarenes, tip of British Isle, Gotland Island, and that's from the Bosnian pyramid. So like each one has crazy amounts of glyphs going to all the other ancient sites.
Okay, so the original one that he found was in the USA, and that points to that central point in Europe, does it? And then that point has more points radiating off it. Is that right?
Well, it's an interconnecting web. It's like pretty much every ancient megalithic site in the world has
it's going to be an Earth grid. It's going to end up being a grid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's also found it at the Yonaguni pyramid in Japan. That's under 400 feet of water. In
Indonesian pyramids,
right?
Which is the oldest pyramid in the world. What's the name? I've forgotten the name of it at the moment. Well, oldest, they're saying it's dated, the oldest in the world. They've dated it to 20,000 years.
Right. Well, so in this work right here, he says that throughout his thesis, that the Bosnian pyramid has to be at least 32,000 years old.
Just based on all the other bits that are in the system.
Exactly. When it shows grid up and when it stops showing up and whatnot.
What do we got here? The Sadahurup pyramid in Garud. That might be a different one than the one I was thinking about.
I think that's a different one than. What's Nada?
Is it Micronesia? Maybe
they're all pyramid. Lalakal, West Java. Maybe it's Lalakal. No, or maybe it's a different one.
But they started digging in the top of it and just found all this stuff in there, and it actually looks like more of a mound. That one that could even be an old building. Who knows?
Yeah, Graham Hancock is pretty involved.
He covered it, sort of 3 years ago or something. And the government were in there and they funded it, and then one day they said no, it all stops. I think they had a change of government and it all stopped. Like you said, no, get away, not allowed to look there. As with everything, So, and that's the biggest clue, right? That they've changed. The story is that we're not allowed to look into it. It's ridiculous. So there you go. Did anyone know about the Medicine Hat glyphs?
Right. So this is something I'm gonna have to fly over myself here one of these days.
All right. What, you got a hang glider or a microlight or something?
Right. I have done skydiving before, so might have to try it again.
Ah, nice.
That would be
I haven't
something
done
else
that
over
myself.
top of those.
Yeah, definitely. Who have we got here in chat? Who have I missed? Brown Clown Eyes, hello. Thank you. Welcome. Arthur Flat Earth, hello. Welcome. Dylan, Ava Faye, hello. Rue Porter. Yeah, old stuff, hey. I think that's everyone. Did I miss anyone? If I missed you, I'm sorry. Lots and lots of chat going on. 295 in the chat, guys, at the moment. Thank you all for joining us. Yeah, so this is the thing, right? Who knew about this? Pointing to all the old, and how much of this stuff is around. It doesn't take that much looking. We haven't been on this topic for that long, and look what we found already. And the stuff that Michelle's uncovering, and all these grids, and how we can connect them to energy and to shapes and cymatics and all this kind of stuff. And no doubt they connect to a lot more when we actually understand what they are. Lisa and Jet Lewis, how are you going? Yes, it's pretty cool stuff, isn't it? Nuno Rodriguez, hello. Oh, fuck you. How you going? Perth is good. Perth is, yeah. Carlos 888 loves it. Are you in Perth too? If you are, yeah, we're getting groups together. I'm going to leave the link. I've started a Telegram group for everyone, not just the Perthites, but everyone to hook up and start forming groups. And there is, if you're on Facebook and in Perth, there is a Facebook one for Perth people. But we need to get onto that too and start connecting up, in person, get the energy flowing. Stefan Johansson, hello from Sweden. How you going? Rue Porter, hello. Wobble Boost, well, wobbly boost. Gympie Pyramids in Australia, the pre-Egyptian glyph wall in New South Wales. Yes. Yeah, the Gympie Pyramids, I've seen those. One of them got taken down. There is still one, I think. There's actually I think there's at least 2 big pyramids in New South Wales in the bush. I've got to find them again. I found them a few years ago, just out in the bush, covered in trees. So there's lots going on. And yes, the glyphs, Gosford, I think that is, isn't it? Gosford glyphs, they call them. I'm actually going to be talking to, I can't remember his name, the guy who found them and his son, who look into that. Yeah, I'm going to have a chat with them. With my friend Kel, who runs the Australia Tartarian page on Facebook. So go and check that out if you haven't already as well. Do we need to add this to stream now,
Yes,
Bernie?
sir.
Yes. All righty.
So that is just an example of one of the multiple very ancient pyramids within the Grand Canyon complex.
Yep, and look at that hole. Now, I saw something about that hole. Didn't it used to be blocked in or something? And then it's
since been blocked in. This is an old photo from the 60s or 70s. And yeah, they have since blocked that in. And like the entire area is a no-fly zone. You can't go hiking in there without a wildlife official with you. And it's also considered native sacred land, and it's like actually like guarded with like shoot down, like the shoot order sort of thing.
Oh, what?
It's crazy. And
so clearly, I mean, I wonder what was in that door. Clearly, they've found stuff in there.
They know
that there's more there that they don't want us finding. So get down there, people.
Exactly. And I'm going to add one more here that this one blows the socks off of it.
There we go. And DP, hello. Did I miss you? AB, hello. Dana Young. Thank you all for joining us. 296. Oh, someone just left. 295. Oh, we better start performing, Bernie. We're losing people. Oh, what happened there? Richie, we need to launch an expedition. Yeah, I agree. And if you don't know, Martin Leadke, Flat Earth British, And some of the flat earthers are organizing a cruise to Antarctica for next year. Yeah, so there's a link under his videos if you want to check that out. It's not the cheapest, obviously, but if you have the means and you want to go, check it out. Construction management. Hello from Boston. Oh, we need people like you to be looking into these buildings.
Here we go.
Lee Charles, I spoke about wings. You just flew. I wondered. I guessed and I tried. You just knew I sighed, but you swooned. I saw the crescent. You saw the whole of the moon. Ah, yes. I should have sung that. The whole of the moon. Very nice. Hello, Mart Garvey from London.
I wish I could zoom in on this better,
and
but
John Fletcher.
I'll get a better copy for next time. But that is a topographical map of the Grand Canyon, and it shows that every single peak, so every single pyramid top within the Grand Canyon, actually aligns perfectly to one of the stars in the Orion constellation. And well, I don't know how anything natural could form identical peak to peak, star to star in an entire constellation in the sky.
It's just geology, mate. It's geology. Wind, erosion. That's how it forms.
Right, exactly.
Star erosion. And look at how big that is. Imagine, the work, the construction that just without talking about lining it up and getting it perfect, just building that amount of stuff is ridiculous.
Right, the terraforming, it's insane, the logistics.
Especially when you're running around in a grass skirt and all you've got is a stick, makes it really hard.
About the same sort of insanity to build all of the bastion forts and star forts everywhere, out in the middle of nowhere in oceans for it's just ridiculous.
Exactly.
It's
ridiculous. The best one is there's literally one on the southern tip of Tasmania.
Really?
And yeah. But and when was Tasmania found? 88 maybe, a bit before. But all the star forts had been built like 50 years before that. But they'd finished.
Right?
Amazing.
Impossible.
Impossible. Capalicious, how you doing? Welcome. Dylan Nunes, hello, welcome. Sketches, hello. I work in historical areas of Boston, and there are a lot of old world anomalies. Well, construction management.
Take some pictures and video and share them.
Get out what you can, and obviously with the more professional opinions we can get out, the more validity we get as well. So yeah, please get out there. And anyone, who can stand, you can pretend, just pretend, just say, I'm a builder. Look at this. But no, if you really know your stuff, get out there and have a look and get us some pics and videos. Because the narrative is falling apart. The world is imploding. The system is crumbling.
It really is. And yes, sharing is caring. It truly is.
DTG, Down to Grow in Boston, doing the same thing. Down to Grow. All right. A nice name. Finder, what's my opinion on the Book of Aquarius? Oh, I have not read the Book of Aquarius. Is that to do with the changing of the ages? I'll have to look it up. Let me just... Oh, it's not letting me copy that. Oh, I'll look it up. What is it? Hello, Dylan. Book of Aquarius. Do you know what that is? Bernai?
I do not.
Salty Patriot.
No, for sure.
Samuju Adrian. Hello. JFK Jr. is ace. Ooh. A lot of people have been talking about Princess Di as well lately. They reckon she's alive. Who knows? Who knows what will happen?
Right? I'm still waiting for Tupac to come back and sign all of my albums.
Yeah, exactly right. It's pretty rude. I mean, he came back, but it was just a bloody hologram. You can't sign if you don't really have hands.
Right.
It's just rude. It's Atlas Shrugged, right? They're all out in this secret land waiting to come back. Dragon Sage, hello, welcome. All right, so we're getting more pictures here. What are we talking about now? Burn eye, third
I'm not
eye.
sure. Trying to find,
Science
but can't.
guy without the bow tie. So
Struggling.
Cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin has popped back. Hello, Missy L. Welcome. Hello. We've just been going through some pics of the Father Crespi collection, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and the cryptos, the altcoin season really has taken over, because Bitcoin has been staying right around 50,000 and for a couple weeks now, but money keeps flowing in and the alts just keep going up. Like Solana is up 5x from its low 2 months ago.
Yep.
And
got some of that. Got me some of that.
Right? Beautiful sunny day. And
obviously this isn't advice or anything, but just look at what's happening in especially in the USA. They've just put in another another request to print another 70 trillion, I think it is.
Right,
dollars,
it's
right?
just insane. Exactly.
That's just going to they're devaluing the dollar. So at this point, it just makes sense to get as much dollars as you can in crypto, because the dollar is going down in value by the day, and crypto's altcoins, let's call them alt, because I know a lot of you don't like the word crypt. Altcoins are going up in value every day. So why wouldn't you? I know there's a big, a lot of people don't like it, and they say, oh well, the government are in there and all this and tracking, but the truth is, it's going to go up anyway, and we're going to win this, right? The government are trying to do this, but they're going to fail. And the people who are creating all these coins, they know what they're doing, and the old coins are going up so high because the government can't get in there. They can't tax them. They're going to be a free economy where we can trade with each other without tax, without the government coming in. So that's why they crashed it, so they could own Bitcoin, which they do, but don't buy Bitcoin. Bitcoin might triple, maybe quadruple. But some of the new old coins, they're going to go up like 1,000 times, 1,000%.
Exactly.
So, just do your research, but just keep it in mind for the future that money's not going to be worth much. So, and apart from the fact that a lot of people aren't going to want to probably trade with money soon, money's from the system, and what people are thinking of the system now and what they're going to think by the end of this month, they're just not going to want to trade in it. And we shouldn't, because every time you use a credit card, you give money to the banks. All right. Exactly. And of course, they've got us all into these FPOS cards. We don't think about it, but every time we use them, we're supporting the banks. And we know who the banks are, right?
Right. And it's like, why pay 22% when you can pay a fraction of a cent? It's insane. And that some of the DeFi projects, it's like you actually have negative interest from them borrowing you fiat cash. I believe that's the MELD protocol token coming out on Cardano. But it's just a whole new realm and world of people to people financing and interactions and economy that, like, don't be afraid of it. Get into it while you still can, because they will eventually regulate it and control it and make it as hard as possible to get in. And don't we all wish we had bought $100 worth of Bitcoin 10 years ago and held on to it? I know I do, but it's the exact same thing right now of buy $100 worth of Cardano, $100 worth of XRP, XLM, Algorand, the ones that are still in the dollar range, but they're set. This is not financial advice, of course, but it's like you look at the Matrix and what's about to happen in this simulation that we live in, and they have the contracts with the World Economic institutions, but you can still grab a piece of it and join on their their transfer of wealth, right? It's happening regardless. So get into it and make the best of it. And then once you're into it, try to do better with your own, right? It's like I'm getting into minting my own NFTs here pretty quick. And that is going to be something that hopefully takes it to the moon.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's a new economy. And the thing is, this is all obviously internet computer based, but but like I said before, we're going to control this very soon. They're losing it. Look what's happened to YouTube in the last year, right? I mean, it's to the point that people don't even want to be on it. You can't find anything. It's not going to exist in a couple of years. Everything's failing. So this is technology that we the people invented it, not the bloody parasites. They just stole it. So if we can use it for good, why not, right? Get into it and do it. And it's a new economy, and it's all about what value can you bring. And jobs are a thing of the past. It's all going to be how can you bring value to the world, and that's what we got to look at. And the cryptos are just they're just a way through this, because obviously there's probably not even going to be money, who knows, in 100 years, but we got to get through, right? Like, we don't know what's going to happen in the next 10, 20 years, but we do know is that the fiat currencies are going to crash, and that altcoins and things like that are going to go up. So that's all we're saying. It's definitely not financial advice.
And it's literally an inverse opposite reaction of, as the US dollar and other fiat currencies hyperinflate, that the cryptos then absorb it and become worth that much more.
They're just going to absorb the economy, basically. It'll all be shifted into cryptos, and that'll just keep pushing it up. I saw a thing a few days ago, a post that someone obviously kept from like 10 years ago, and it was for a gaming competition, like an online gaming competition. And it was like first prize $300, second prize $200, third prize $100, and then 4th to 10th prize 500 Bitcoin.
What?
Because at that point they were worth like 5 cents or something.
Oh wow! Hey,
it's now worth over $1 million.
That's crazy.
So that was 10 years, right? They were throwing it away, and now that 500 is worth over $1 million. So this is and in the end, it's all perception, but the people's perception is going away from fiat currency. So yeah,
exactly.
That's what's going down. All righty, Jessica J6, barter in your community. I agree. As much as we can do to stay away from the system and to not pay the bankers and all this kind of stuff, we should do. If you can barter, just food for food or whatever, definitely go that way. Even if you're going to trade, if you can trade with cash, at least you're not giving the banks their quarter of 1 cent or whatever every time you use that card. Jay Adoni T Highbolt, hello. I don't think so. They want to grant anybody security for their losses. Is there ever a large
spread? Adrian, we will be making our own coins one day soon.
Yes, did he ask that? Yep. Yeah. Bernie's working on that as we speak. Fabian,
I certainly am.
Hello. What LL? Gay for pay? Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'll go that far. Thank you, Tartan. Excellent. Thank you. TC, Friday morning.
I will be back in 2 minutes and show you what I have been working on.
Oh, there you go. Friday morning, Navajo Nation. TC, how you going? Thank you. Yeah. Okay, so you're a Navajo, I'm guessing. Would be good to have a talk to you sometime. Have you looked into your history and stuff? Yeah. Let me know. There's an email in my About section. If you're into it, send me an email. And thank you for joining us. Get heaps of coffee coin. Oh, got heaps of coffee coin. Callum, you and your coffee. Yeah. See, Callum, he knows what's in the bags, right? The bags, the Sumerians, it's coffee bags. Excuse me. All right, but talking about coffee is I need to go and grab one. So do you guys want to watch a quick clip of Father Crespi, and it shows inside his collection? It's from the 1970s, so the sound ain't the best, but if you want to watch that, I'm going to chuck it on and I'm going to go grab a coffee. That's right, the C word. What's the time? 7:30. We've been going about an hour. 314 of you watching. Thank you very much. So I'll chuck this on and then we'll be back. If it finishes, chat among yourselves, but we won't be long. If I can work out how to share this screen. Let's see. Oh, okay. Hang on. I think I need to do something. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. This one. Okay. Puppy power. Share screen. Okay. Share screen. Okay. This one. Okay. Can you guys see that? I will press play. All right, guys. Back in a few minutes. Enjoy. All right. How are you? I'm back. Can you see me? Oh, there we are. Hello. Sorry, that stopped. Was that good? I've watched it before. I know that it was a bit crackly with the speech, but yeah, I mean, there's 50,000 objects that Father Crespi, accumulated over his life, and they were pretty much all brought to him by the South Americans, the natives, and that was his collection. So there you go. Who we got here? Oh, Hoaxing the World. How you going? Welcome. They gave a criminal 3 funerals and a gold coffin. St. George Floyd. Just imagine that. Yeah, right. I know. It's clown world. That was awesome. Oh, good. Thank you, Brenda. All right. So you've probably noticed I've been putting out some short videos. Yeah. Have you seen them? What do you think of those? Basically, yeah, it was Bernie's idea, just to cut up from our live streams, to cut little shorts out of it. But I had no internet for like 8 days, so but I had all these videos, on my file, so I started cutting bits out of them. And it's mainly, I want to go back, it's the older stuff, that's sort of a year old, because there's a lot of stuff back there, and obviously there's a lot of new subscribers that have probably never seen it. So all those shorts are from previous videos, and they all have the link to the full video in them, if you're interested in watching the whole thing. And I also thought they'd be good to share around, short videos, just to introduce people to these kind of topics. So please share them all around. Sonia likes the shorts. All right. Wheat is very stupid crop for monoculture. That is sure. I agree. Sound? Was my sound on? Oh, the sound in the video?
The sound in the video wasn't working.
Oh, wasn't it? Oh, okay. Oops, sorry, guys. But it was, just think of it as, Charlie Chaplin kind of movie. How are we going here? Dragon Sage, Jet, Adonti, Highbolt. Welcome back, young Jedi. Thank you. Yeah, and also, so what's happening is next week, well, this coming Monday, I'm having a chat with Mr. David Icke. So that should be interesting. That should be up next week sometime, and that'll be on BitChute and Odyssey. I'll do a... Can you hear me now? Lee says no sound. Can you hear me? My microphone's on. I hope you can hear me. Sketches likes the short longs. Time for a new Jedi Order. Chaplin, he was a Freemason, was he? He probably was. I mean, most of those people were.
Couldn't hear you fine. So you're having a conversation with David Icke. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah. So we're going to try and, because he's doing so much at the moment, but he keeps getting asked the same questions and talking about the same things. So we want to sort of go a bit deeper and see if we can get him talking about, the sort of archons and all that kind of stuff, that the behind the scenes kind of figures. So yeah, I hope you all join in for that. How did I do that? Is that Richie? Is that I just asked him, Richie. Gary Baxter, put on silent film so you can learn on your own. Yeah, exactly, Gary. You see, it was all meant. That's what I wanted you to do. You can work out what they're saying. You can look without, and you don't have them telling you. So yeah, autodidactic. That was the plan. You see, it was planned. Kathy Ann Jones, hello. Who have we got here? 260. Oh, okay. I think some left when we had the silent movie on. All good now, audio-wise. Good. Yes, Verona. So that should be an interesting chat. I've also got Amanda. Oh gosh, what's her surname? Her channel's The Yummy Nurse. Amanda with an H. She's coming up in sort of a week and a half as well. Got my chat tomorrow with UAP, Martin Liedke, Max Eigen. So that should be fun.
That'll be epic.
Yeah, so lots of big things happening, guys. And yeah, with Kelly from the Australian Tartarian channel. in the near future, we're going to get some Australian natives on, some Aboriginal elders, and have a chat and see what their take on this whole topic is, and if they've got any secrets to share, basically. So that'll be good too. Yeah. Yummy doctor, is it, Callum? What's her surname? Amanda Vol? Vol? Something like that. Volma. There you go, Capalicious. I was half right. There you go. Amanda Volma. Yeah. So check her out too. She's awesome. She's I mean, she's a proper nurse, but she's also, I think she's got about 4 degrees. She's, one of those people with biology and naturopathy and all this stuff. Obviously doesn't believe the hype, and has some really good ranty videos too. So she's worth a sub. Isness, how you going? I'm so thank you. Yes, I know I took yeah, it wasn't on much last week because I lost my internet, but I did make videos, so there's quite a bit has gone up this week with all the shorts and everything. Yeah, Brenda, they are and listening. So don't get Siri or any of that kind of stuff, and just be careful of phones. If you can build a Faraday cage to put it in. Michael, how you going? How can we sleep when our bricks are burning? Exactly right. Anyone who's not an Aussie, that's from Midnight Oil. Great Aussie band. Beds are burning. And many beds are burning at the moment with people in lockdown. Is Ernie Dingo still alive? I haven't heard from Ernie Dingo for a while. I think he is. Old Ernie. Ernie was cool. Yeah, I haven't heard from Ernie for a while. Oh, there you go. Capalicious has just posted the link to Amanda's channel, so everyone go check her out. We need to support the people who are on our side, who are doing the work, and she's doing a lot of work. She's working a lot on also what people can do if they have accepted Bill's prick into their life. And we need that too, because a lot of people, they just obviously don't know what's going on, and they're making silly decisions. But all this force and bullying that's going on, we've just really got to stay strong. And that's again why I'm making this Telegram channel. I'll hang on. Let me see if I can get the link now. I probably can. And yeah, so everyone go over and join. Basically, so you can make up groups. It's strength in numbers, guys, is what it's all about. Autodidactic chat. I think that's it. Okay. Let me get the link here, guys. Puppy power. Oh God, how do I get it? I've got this. Oh. Okay, I'm almost there, guys. Invite link. There we go. Okay, so and there's also an Autodidactic channel. There you go. Okay, I just posted the link, guys, so go and join that chat. And like I said, it's for everyone, and it's really just so you can have somewhere to talk. But it'd be really good if you could just join up. Link up with people in your area and start to have meetups and get-togethers, and form groups, strength in numbers. So let's do that. Okay, so add to stream. Oh, look at that. I look very surprised.
Right?
Michelle's levitating. How did she do that?
And now I got
Mama LJ, hello. Did I see Craig Kelly? Yeah, I did. Yes, I did. Yep, I agree. Very, very good from him. I think that's his third by now, and he's getting a bit, getting a bit more powerful each time, which is good to see. Okay, what do we got here?
Cambell shorts. Right, I love your shorts. You're killing it, my friend.
Thank you. So yeah, there's been a bit of disruption with the internet and everything, and a few issues I've had, but we're going to get back to doing our regular weekly with Bernai and Michelle. And we've got Paul lined up too. I've got to get back in touch with him. Paul Cook is going to come on and have a chat with us. So yeah, that's going to be a weekly thing, and also we'll also tie a bit of alchemy and all that kind of stuff in there, free energy. So make sure you check it out. Coffee time with Cindy. Vets,
Those
DGBs,
are good cryptos for sure.
There you go. I don't know all the tags. What's Vetcoin? Is that for pets?
ET, VeChain.
VeChain. Okay, I don't have that. What's Zill? Is that
Zilliqa?
Zilliqa and DGB.
That is Digibyte.
I don't have any of those. Are they all new ones? I'm going to have to.
I own all of those.
I've got to catch up a few on a few of Jeff's emails too. If you are in coins and altcoins or are looking to get in it, I highly recommend Jeff Berwick, and he's on BitChute and Odyssey. The Dollar Vigilante, I think, is the name of his channel, and I don't think he's ever made a wrong call. Everything he says, like all the coins, they all go up. But he's also a long term. He's not a buy. He's not a trader, a day trader. So he's into long term wealth. So
into hodling.
Yeah. Easy Tigers, Paul. Yep.
We got Paul.
Have we got Paul in here? Is he in here?
I don't know.
Did he come in, or was that just Richie saying something? He says it on his email. I was like, when I wrote an email, he's like, "Easy Tiger." I've still got to tell him that I'm actually a lion, but there you go. Campbell going through a video chat with him. Yes, we are. Maybe I can't get in. Miss L, what can't you get into? Michael,
the link that you posted, apparently it doesn't work.
Oh, really? On what? Invite link. So it should Autodidactic chat. Oh, someone's already on. Oh, there's people. Oh, hang on. There's all these people on here talking. How did that happen? Hang on, it must be working.
Maybe it does work.
Now I've got 14 members. I'll post it again. But there's Denise, Gregory, Dylan, Laker. Lots of people on there. So here it is again. There you go. I can't click on it because I just. Okay. So we should be. I should be showing some of these. There we go. So I'm still working out how to do these live streams. Mutton Chop. I used to race cars at Pukekohe. Girls race a battery. Battery, right? Starfort batteries. Change the location of your VPN. Maybe that would help. Oh, who are you talking to? Oh, okay. Is that okay for Telegram? That could be I need to get my VPN ran out. I'm going to get that sorted soon and let you know where to get it if you want it. The injection are a bloody marvel. Just a lot of defective humans. What? I don't know if they're a bloody marvel. Just install Telegram on your PCs. It will open in that installed application. There you go. So you might have to install it first. More greatness from St. Lucia. Love thyself. Very good. Fallion Blue. I'm Denise on the Telegram. Oh, there you go. Are you in there already? So it's obviously working. Voynich, how you going? Welcome. When you go on, Telegram, do you have a talk like a video? You can do talks on Telegram, but they're not video, they're just voice. But you can do that. And it's mainly just post. You can post videos, links, all that kind of stuff, and there's also chat. You can respond and talk and stuff like that. I'm Dylan in the Telegram, and as opinion, everyone should be all anon private intelligence. Welcome. Thank you for being here. All right, 259 people. Bernie has gone for walkies. So, what can we talk about? I also, I've got did I tell you I've got a interview that's coming up tomorrow. I'll do it as a premiere. I haven't chosen the time yet, because I've got a few recordings to do. So probably tomorrow sometime I'll put it up. And a few more things coming up. There's another short video going up tonight. And I've still got to make this one on water wheels, which is coming up, which is all to do with the old world irrigation system.
That'll be a good one.
Yeah, how they moved it all around. So we still have some of the water wheels in place, hooked up to the old world buildings.
Right?
Yeah.
It's fascinating. I want to make my own little water wheel out on my ranch still before winter comes.
Yes. Yeah, well, I've been thinking, see, I've got in my bus, it's got the guy who I got it from, it's got a split system air conditioner in it, like a house split system. Because it's a bus, it's got like a bit underneath where the motor bit can go, and then the split system's actually in the bus. But of course, you can't run them, right, off solar and that. So I've been thinking, because I don't want to get a generator to run it. But I was thinking, is it, oh God, what's his name? Dave from the Faraday cage?
Mike.
Mike, sorry, Mike. With his step-up pulse motor.
Yes.
I should be able to trickle a little bit from my solar panels in there and step it up, then get enough juice out the other end to run my air conditioning.
Right? That's going to be a fun few months here.
Oh man, this bus is going to have, and then I'm going to turn it to run off water. I'm doing that. I'm going to get that done as well. Hydrogen. Why not?
It's a brave new world, really, and it's exciting to see. Every day I discover a new YouTube channel of someone doing their own hydrogen experiments or magnetic motor experiments, and it's just a wonderful thing.
It's just come so fast, like the realization that we can make all this stuff ourselves.
Exactly.
Like literally
self-sufficient.
2 years ago. Yeah. Even 2 years ago, self-sufficient was literally grow your own food. Now it's grow your own food, make your own energy, make your own fuel, build your own buildings, like do everything, right? It's like, I saw someone build a steam powered, they got an old 4-wheel drive, a Range Rover, and put a steam engine in it, made a steam engine, and it runs around on steam.
That's pretty awesome, actually. That's crazy.
Yeah. So, all this stuff.
Get the hydrogen to power the steam, and then you're really going.
Yeah. So there's so much stuff. There's also, is it gas? They use some kind of gas. I think I can't remember how they do it, but I mean, there's so many ways to run a car, but I mean, if you can do it off water, why not, right? Or a bus life, van life.
Right? Oh man, I'm going to be over the winter definitely purchasing a trailer and pimping it out for the springtime.
What's a trailer? Is that like a caravan?
Yeah, like a camper trailer sort of thing. Make it solar paneled and all.
Do you know what you should look for? I think you get them in Canada. We don't get them down here, but like the yellow school buses.
Oh yeah,
the shorties, they're awesome because they're sort of, you can still park them. They're not big. Like they're like my bus. Mine's like a mini bus, so it's not too big. You can drive it on a car license, but they're bigger than a van. They're big enough to, they're like a mini apartment kind of, and you can stand in them. That's the main thing. That's why I ended up, when I was looking around, I was going to get a van, and the one thing that I wanted was a high roof. I wanted to be able to stand up, because imagine getting caught, you're out camping and it rains for 4 days. And what? You're going to sit down in your van for 4 days. So if you're going to get a van, that's my advice, guys. Get a high roof. Peter of Barbaria, how you going? Wood gasification. That's it. Yeah. I knew it was something to do with wood or yeah. They burn wood or something, don't they? In a thing, and they catch the gas off it, and they use that as fuel. They used to have cars that ran off it back in I don't know, 30s, 40s, was it? Biodiesel, definitely Ludwig. Definitely biodiesel and like used cooking oil. I guess that is biodiesel pretty much, isn't it? Love Southland. Is that the South Island? Looking into the new blue gas for investment. Speaking of gas, what's blue gas? What's blue gas?
Is that a type of hydrogen, like the Brown's gas, maybe?
Oh, it's something to do with hydrogen? Let us know. Sailboat, brown clown eyes, nice. I've got a friend too who's currently doing training to be a skipper or something, and yeah, she's getting a boat. I think she's got one. I don't have many problems sending my high top camper. There you got a camper too. Nice. That's a pop top? Is it like a trailer or a? So we've all got different names, right? In Australia, they're a caravan, and then in America, it's a trailer. So what's a camper? Because some people call campers trailers. Sometimes they're the bits that go on the back of your car, on a ute.
It's actually it defines all of those. So it's like
all of them. All right.
Yeah.
Anything you can camp in.
Could be like camper trailer, camper, just like its own motored.
But is it technically camping? Because this is the thing, all campers, they're not tents,
mobile
right?
home, I guess.
Are you camping? Biodiesel can be extracted from old plastic. There you go. So we have all the answers, right? We can clean up all this junk and turn it into stuff that's usable. The drunk old guy says whiz bangers. Need a submarine license to ever travel again. Yeah, I know, right, Kathy? Who knows? I don't know, a few air gliders. We need to get some airships going, right? Self-sufficiency is the new normal. It definitely is. Can a sail go over 100-foot waves? Probably not. That's that. Yeah, no. I don't. I don't think 100-foot waves are coming. I don't. I don't think. As far as I can see with this reset, it's made, right? It's made by the powers that want to be. I think we're going to see, we're clearly seeing changes, but I don't think it's going to be a massive catastrophe, with biblical floods and volcanoes. I think we're going to see a bit, and we've been seeing this for the last decade, and I think it'll get a bit worse, but I don't think we're going to get 100-foot waves and wiped out. I don't see that, but I could be wrong. Who knows?
Me neither. I don't like believing in the catastrophe. The sun always rises the next day.
It does, and all these resets. We know there's been lots, but as far as we can tell, there's been maybe two that were like catastrophes. The rest have just all been made up. Yeah, fear porn, Mark, exactly, and things that they stick in your arm and that to cause widespread death, right? And again, this is all stories too. I mean, we've got, like I said, we've got physical evidence for a couple, but the rest, it's all, many people died, right? Look what they're trying to do now. Are we on YouTube? Can I say that? 3 fingers, welcome. No, you can't see my papers, please. Are you a Nazi? No, I mean, yeah, right. And this is the thing, it's acquiescence. Everyone's just going, okay, and we all need to, if we're questioned by authority, okay, we need to instantly jump into being the questioner ourselves. We need to ask the questions and make them answer them, because that's a position of power. If you haven't seen my chat with Tom, I'm losing everyone's name. Tom Barnett. Check it out. We go into how to deal with it. But basically, you want to ask the questions, right? So if they say, "What's your name?" you don't go, you say, "Do I have to answer that?" Okay, now you're asking the questions. Now they have to prove, they have to respond. If they say yes, you can say, "Oh, what law, show me the law that says I have to," or what laws apply to me as a man. Or you can ask them, "Oh, okay, just before we get into it, do you agree that I'm a man and or a woman," right? And they'll say yes. Then you go, "Great, show me the law that applies to a man or a woman." and they don't exist. Okay, and if we all do this at the outstart, you know, apart from the fact that we're not going to get further into the trap, we're going to be putting all these people on notice that they don't have power, because they don't. They don't have any authority unless the only authority they have is the authority that we give them. So let's stop doing that. You know, and with the law and you know, law of land, that you do need to look into it, but you don't need to know that much. You know, people spend years and years looking into it, but you don't need to. You just need to know, you know, a few truths, and know who you are, and understand that you're part of the creation, and that's the law you come under. You don't come under the law of the created, right? Because all these people trying to make these laws, they're created. They're not the creation. So they don't have any say over us, right? At all, ever. Yes. Oh, Dragon Sage, goodbye. They create the zombie apocalypse. Yeah, I agree. And we know this, right? We the last 3 we know of pandemics every 100 years, all from, you know, squirting stuff in people that shouldn't be in there. Brandy Johnson, morning from Texas. Hello. Oh, good. Yes, I've heard there's a lot going on that front, Brandy, and yeah, save the children. Definitely, good on you. I mean, oh God, they're just crazy laws, right? Crazy. Who could? Oh God.
And I'm back.
They love to change the words too, right? So that they say abortion, you know, just so that we don't realize it's murder. Sorry. Zombie Blaster. Hello. Found it. What did you find? The answer? Drop the ball. I agree. I heart fairies. Yep. Smallpox, all that. A formaldehyde concoction. Exactly. Right. To create what? The living dead. And right. What do they do with their legal, you know, corporate law? They try and create the living dead. Hello. It's all the same thing. Books by John Dee, the narrative that gave for him total bollocks. Yes. Yes, right. Shakespeare, or shall we call him John Dee? John Dee also was involved in that video with King Arthur in the North Pole. Did you know?
Yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. And John Dee was involved writing letters there. So, I mean, there's just, and that was what, 1600s, you know, 400 or 500 years ago. And, you know, we're not taught that in school,
right
are
around
we?
the reset.
That's the interesting stuff. DC, there's a lot going on with that V here in the Caribbean. Oh, you're in the Caribbean. How are you going? I hope you're all doing well. It's unfortunate. I mean, well, actually, I was just about to say that it seems to be worse in third world countries, and I'm in Australia, so that's probably not a very true thing to say. But yeah, I hope you're doing well. The best advice I can give everyone is connect up with like-minded people, form groups, you know, be strong together, say no together, you know, educate yourselves
build
together.
a strong community.
Exactly. Just start building now the future you want. We don't need to participate in this system anymore if we don't want to. We can just start now. A lot of people, you know, are sort of waiting for something before they act. But what are you waiting for? What if nothing turns up? What if the thing that turns up is you supposing your action that doesn't happen? Tiwan, Craig Lemon, are you new to one? Not sure what that means. Oh, hang on. I keep forgetting I can show these. John Dee is said to have communicated with the other side and was working closely with the Queen. Definitely. He was definitely, you know, a Freemason, and he was one of the early people that were talking, you know, doing channeling and talking to spirits who they didn't necessarily know who they were. Third Coast, hello, welcome. We love you in Texas. Thank you, Texas. I like Texas. Texas, yeah. Standing up for your rights, being strong people. Yeah, I mean, it's like they say, right? If Texas falls, goodbye, USA. So, yes, stay strong. And Texas, of course, is, well, they say it's supposed to be our sort of sister state. to Western Australia. We're about the same size, but we're a desert, so I don't think we have the same population. Greetings, fine men. Dan Horton, hello, welcome. Ludwig Drummer, Pavlov's dogs. I always say not in my reality. I agree. I have to register myself. You can't avoid it. Yeah, I know. You got to do what you got to do, Richie. You're in a sort of a unique situation, obviously, because if you don't, then you may be, extradited. So you don't want that. Basically, all rights reserved, Richie. Anything you sign, anything legal, always write all rights reserved on it. That means that you're reserving your rights as a man under law. So yeah, just do that. Are we allowed to say invasion of the body snatchers? Yes, we can. They're everywhere. 7 a.m. in Chicago. Thank you, Mark Pugner. Thanks for being with us. Oh, I can see your picture there. God, I'm thinking everyone's name. What is that comedian? Alex Jones, that guy. I should be putting these up, shouldn't I? Hello, John Neve. How are you going? Welcome. I'm not a monkey that can be trained. I can't. No, you're a sheep. No, you're not a sheep. Not a sheep or a monkey. I agree. None of us are. And trained, right? Why would you want to be trained? Because when you're trained, right, you're like a train. They keep you on the tracks, right? Keep you going where they want you to go. Allergic. Nice name. Welcome. The funny thing about the whole gun control thing is that all guns are registered goods, therefore not our property. Ooh, different situation if you make your own. Nice. And see, that's the thing in Australia. We've been disarmed back from the false flag, 1988, Port Arthur massacre. 27 people killed with sniper precision from a person who had the mental age of like an 8-year-old or something. But yeah, he planned the whole thing and carried it out, apparently. There you go. Bill Hicks. Yes, Bill Hicks. Yes, that's who I was thinking of, Brenda. Thank you. Alex Jones is a gateway drug. Yes, he yeah. All with a grain of sand, right? That's the thing. All with a grain of salt. Everyone, yeah, he's a hilarious comedian, right? I agree, Michael. He's definitely going to say things that are true, but he's also going to say things that aren't true and let us show. But this is the thing, right? This is why we need to be autodidactic. If we're thinking for ourselves and people can't lead us, you'll just go, oh, that's BS, and oh, that's true. And so watch everything. Don't be scared of people that you think are shills, unless 100% they're a shill and everything that they say is crap. Then but yeah, everyone's got there's truth in everything. There you go. Laser printers are amazing. You can build anything. Yeah, like 3D printers. I agree. They're printing houses in China, I think, Japan, probably Japan. Peoria resident here, a little south of Chicago. Darren, welcome. How do I say that? Peoria. Chicago. Is that near Ohio? I saw a video on the Amish yesterday in Ohio, and I've got to say, guys, they've kind of got it together a bit more than we do. They do not state educate their children. They run all their own schools. They do not accept medical intervention into their lives. They grow their own food. They all live on big blocks in towns and country settings. All healthy, all happy. I mean, some of them, there's all these different classes. Some are very, very, no electricity, horse and buggy, which, I guess, if you want to, but others, are allowed to have electricity, or they're allowed to have it if they make it, like solar panels. Some of them have cars. And this guy in the interview, he had a car. He was driving around, had an F-250, had electricity, had a mobile phone. But they just they have apps that block them from certain sites and that. But they just live their lives. They just don't want to be they've worked out that the system is the enemy and they don't want to be involved with it. And, gotta say that's pretty good thinking. I think house printing is awesome, TW. Yeah. It could be, and as well, that could be a good way to get rid of a lot of the rubbish, right? A lot of these plastic and rubber that we have lying around, recycle it and make houses. Why not? Tartan, a dark day for Scotland indeed. Oh, what happened in Scotland? Didn't see that. That's no good. I haven't heard much about Ireland lately either. They were, running amok and getting on the streets, and then it all went quiet. I live right next to the Amish, and my ancestors were Mennonites. Yeah, this guy was, a Mennonite. He said that they were actually beachy Amish, but very close to Mennonites, so they went as Mennonites as well. And yeah, he had a car and electricity and stuff. Pretty much like us, but just in a much better setting.
Mennonites are great people. Great people.
Yeah, this dude was cool. And the thing is, if you're a Mennonite, an Amish, you can have whatever beard you want and you'll still look cool. So there you go. Well, unless you're like me and you can't actually grow one.
They have darn good eggs and darn good cook shack parties.
Yep.
It's pretty hilarious. Where I'm from in southern Alberta, there's lots of Amish and Mennonite settlements, and stories for another day. But great people, lots of good trade. First time I met some randomly on the side of the road, they gave me a bag of pumpkin seeds for a cigarette, and they insisted on like giving me this giant bag of like cooked as seasoned, like the best pumpkin seeds I have ever had as like a snack, but just for one smoke. And they're like, good, we have to make a trade with you. And these were back in my questionable youth days of before marijuana was legalized in Canada. So I was sitting on the road halfway between Calgary, where I live, and British Columbia for that BC bud that everybody loves. And it was pretty funny. They're like, yes, we know what you're doing, and it's okay if you stay here. And beginning of a great relationship.
Well, they probably wouldn't have a problem. They'd probably be, it's a plant, grow it. It's a plant. God gave it to us. Why not?
And I also explained that I'm a Doukhobor, which there's a few Doukhobor settlements right around all of the
What's a Doukhobor? Do you eat dukes, like the grand old Duke of York?
Doukhobor translates to spirit wrestler. It's a sect of Russian that are actually right from the Caucasus, right, I believe, where in all the old Tartarian maps, right where that Tartar city area is.
Okay, and, like near the steppe, yeah?
Yeah, right around there. Yeah. And I guess my great-great-grandfather was dragged to death behind one of the Bolshevik horses when we refused. It was called the Burning of the Arms. We refused to take up weapons against the monarchy of Russia during the revolution or whatnot. And then Tolstoy, someone petitioned the Queen of England at that time and granted all the Doukhobors amnesty and settlements anywhere in the Commonwealth, and they all came to Western Canada.
There you go.
And yeah, so my dad, despite being a second-generation Canadian, his first language was Russian, and there's still these Russian communities throughout southwestern Canada.
Russian is a cool language. I still remember that scene. What was it from? John Cleese and Jamie Lee Curtis. What was that movie? I can't remember the name of it. I'll remember it soon, but it was a comedy, and she's talking, and he speaks all these different languages. She's like, oh, speak French to me. And he's like, French is such a boring language. How about Russian? And he's like, oh, Lord, speaking all this Russian. And she's like, oh my God, speak it louder.
What movie is that?
Yeah, and that dude keeps killing the dogs. They're trying to kill someone, remember?
Oh, right.
And it's got the Monty Python team in it, pretty much. And that dude keeps killing the dogs. It's hilarious. I remember we saw it. I went and saw it with my mum and my dad and my sister. And me and my mum and my dad were just losing it for the whole movie. And my sister was just sitting there with this look on her face because the dogs got killed. As soon as she saw that, she was just like, I hate this movie.
A Fish Called Wanda.
A Fish Called Wanda. There you go. That's it. Thank you, Eliza.
Gotta pay attention to the comments.
Exactly, right? They're smarter than us. Mama LJ, hello, welcome. Miles Phillips, all right. Everyone knows except for us.
Well, now we know. Sharing is caring.
Croissant bagel. There you go. Callum speaks French. Croissant bagel. I speak more French than you, Callum. Citron, Paris, Eiffel Tower. There you go. How am I doing? Hey? I speak many languages. We are the think tank. You surely are, Kappa. Morgan Tristram, hello, welcome. It's one of those. I remember all in this series. Oh, series of what? What have I missed? You can't get in. I turned up the VPN and downloaded Telegram, but it won't send me a code. Oh, you shouldn't need a code to get into Telegram. Have you downloaded Telegram to your phone or your computer first?
Yeah, I think that's the issue. You have to have the app.
Yeah, I think you need it on first. Otherwise, it'll go through and try and do some weird connection. But if you have it downloaded, you should get straight in. Oh, Capalicious. I speak Russian, Dutch, and English. Well, there's no need to show off, buddy. All right. Lots of spells.
Cap's great. I gotta get him some books.
Do you speak any Russian? Do you speak any, Bernie?
I speak a little bit. My problem was that with Canada being French bilingual in elementary, my parents put me into Russian class right at the same time that I was in school put into French class, and I just got them all confused into one giant. So
you just like speak in a kind of romantic, authoritative kind of tone.
Exactly.
Three Fingers. He speaks South Bronx. Nice. That sounds like a hard language. I mean, what's it like these days? All I know of the Bronx is those movies from 40 years ago, right? Like the Warriors and the Wanderers and all that kind of stuff. Don't know what it's like today, but I mean, I've got a video I did on the Bronx back in the 70s, man. The Bronx was just destroyed. It was just it was just like destroyed. Bizarre. Father Mage, you're making me hungry. Very nice. Sketches speaks world language. All right.
That's my language.
Yes, I agree. Why not? Foster Ricardo, Wanda is Queen Khalifa, and the California Blacks Moorish Wanda was the greatest Californian Queen Khalifas. Oh, is that okay? Is that where the name Wanda's from? There you go. And yeah, Khalifa is there you go. Khalifa, Queen Khalifa. That's what California is named after. And of course, it used to be an island.
Right?
Yes, the Warriors, right? Warriors come out to play. Remember that? You're probably too young for that, Bern, right?
I totally remember that one.
Do we know what language the Tartars spoke? Tartarian? No, I guess like some kind of Proto-Russian or Russian type.
Yeah, some sort of Slavic language.
Slavic, yeah, that's the main sort of one, isn't it?
Whatever the Scythians spoke is most likely probably around.
Yeah, like as far as history and mainstream history, pretty much they call the Tatars Scythians. Any information on the Tatars, they just put under Scythian, don't they? Pretty much. Whoopi Goldberg. starred in a film where she played Queen Khalifa. Well, there you go. Unfortunate, because Whoopi Goldberg is an idiot. But there you go. That's just my opinion. Oh, there you go. MB821 says they spoke Tartanese. So there you go. Tartanese. King of Tartar. There is a Tartar as a language. So there's a language called Tartar. Well, you should know, since you're the king of it. Scythia preceded Tartaria, yes. Who knows? Not RH does not know. I've got to keep clicking these. I hope to see everyone tomorrow. Have your best day ever. Thank you for joining us, Brown Clown Eyes. Have your best day, hope. Or sleep. But if you're going to the day, have an awesome day. We are told Romans spoke Latin. Yeah, right.
That is one that I've been trying to piece together, is where Latin and the Roman Empire fit into things, switching between like the Greeks being the predominant and fitting into the different Egyptian languages too, right? Like it just doesn't quite add up of where Latin came from and went to in regards to like our modern languages.
I was reading the other day that back, I think it was around 2000 BC, that the Egyptians were running or ruling Greece. Was it Greece? No, Rome. So it was Rome. Yeah, it was Rome.
Yeah.
And then they basically left and went to France. They basically, when they were there, they stuffed everything up, got everyone, fighting with each other, made a complete, stuff up of the whole place, which they probably like. And then they took off to France and just left the destruction and everyone fighting behind them. So, this story is, it's very long and convoluted, but, with language used to be simple, and it was written simply so that basically, you could read the same stories as your ancestors 10 generations ago, because it would be the same language, and it was simple and basic. But the Egyptians, they got into their hieroglyphs and all this, and they made this symbolic language which was multi-layered. So basically, they could tell, the people, the serfs or whatever, oh, this is what it means. It just means this. And then more educated people would read more into it. Oh, no, it actually means this. And then, of course, the rulers, they're like, no, it means this. So the whole language being destroyed has really, it's really caused so much division and hidden so much of our history, because, they've made it too complex. And I guess this is all, babble, right? Babbling, the what's it called? Confounding of languages. So it's so I'm going to be getting into that too. There's a lot to do with the Aurolinda book. If you haven't seen, I've got part 1 and 2 up already. Readings, part 3 is coming. I'll get onto that in the next few days, hopefully. But the Aurolinda book, 4,000 years old, and it literally gives the date for the sinking of Atlantis.
Really? Beautiful.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Which one's the one from Friesland that you've been doing a couple of readings of? That's the one? I just love that. That is amazing. And Friesland was 4,000 years ago. So it shows that these 1,500 and older maps that have like the 4 continents in the North Pole and whatnot, and Friesland on them, that is from a prior reset or catastrophe, and that's probably Noah's flood of like a couple 2,700 years ago, and then the Atlantean like prior golden age younger Dryas event was 12,000 years ago. And it's crazy how Plato 3,000 years ago was able to say that Atlantis sunk 9,000 years before his time, which is exactly 12,000 years ago our time, which we now scientifically have identified as the Younger Dryas event that was the end of the last ice age. And it's now been put forward that the ice shelves melted in a matter of 4 years maximum, so that the oceans rose in no more than 4 years time. So like just 85% of the population today of humanity lives on the coastline, and if the ocean rose 100 feet in 1 year, like there goes over half the population, and
most of the
just a
land.
catastrophe, humanitarian catastrophe on a whole nother level, right? So it makes perfect sense that there was this past prior golden age civilization, and that up until the 1800s or early 1900s, it was taught in schools, widely known in academia, that there was this prior Atlantean grand civilization. It was just common knowledge, and it's because it was this technology that was superior to what they had at that point, right? So there's remnants and like evidence of it everywhere, and that they probably also understood that there was a more recent reset, but it's that one was like of the ancient Greeks, of the ancient Egyptians and whatnot, and they probably also had a bit more technology. And I'm willing to bet there was electricity the entire time throughout all of human civilization, going back thousands, if not tens of thousands of years. Like we probably lost it maybe for a few thousand years after the Atlantean wipeout, but they definitely had it in the Egyptian, Roman, Mesopotamian, Babylonian era. And they also well, it was said, like, you always hear of the Islamic golden age or the Arabic golden age that was during the dark ages of Europe or whatnot, so like 500 plus years ago. So I'm willing to bet that all of like the Middle East, all of what it was Tartaria areas and Africa had electricity to some degree, or like the Baghdad battery style, something like that, or like this cold electricity with like then the plasma tubes, like fluorescent lighting, essentially the wireless, and that most likely if it would probably be in the like ancient Egyptian, ancient Roman, Greek, that they still were some of the Atlantean like pyramidal energy ley line grid systems, the architecture probably were still functioning like throughout those times, sort of, where that's where this magic and the power of the priests and everything probably came from, is that they still had these leftover semi-functioning devices. And then it's been developed and turned into what was the cathedrals, and the battery system that is the star forts. Those probably are the star forts, probably the whole battery system, that's probably from the Atlantean 12,000-year-olds, and then just built up again. Because the base of a lot of the base are like megalithic sort of things, right? And then the next era was the brick, and the Tartarian brick everywhere.
Yeah, and it's interesting because you know, all these older, you know, civilizations, we always hear things like they were much more in touch with nature, so they weren't out there deforesting, right? So they weren't cutting down forests. So, you know, that's why we don't see wooden buildings, right? So if you think about it, if they can mine and just take rock out of the ground, they're not killing anything, are they? So it kind of makes sense that they built with, you know, with brick and with stone and all this kind of stuff. And if you look at the stars with all the canals, is that why they got the material? Were they digging out the canals, and then whatever they dug out, that was then turned into the buildings, turned into bricks, or the big rocks were turned into megalithic rocks, and that's why we don't find craters all over the place, right? Like big holes with
and a lot of their earthen mounds and earthen structures too, right? Like there's pyramidal structure, like just tens of thousands of pyramids everywhere throughout North America, Central America, South America, throughout all of Africa, throughout all of Asia, throughout all of Siberia, like throughout everywhere.
Underwater.
Exactly. The Yanagunis, Japan.
That's the thing. And with all this sea level, I wouldn't be surprised if the sea levels actually dropped, to tell you the truth. Everyone's going to rise in that, but I don't know. Is the sun? I mean, the sun looks different, but it would seem that the sun's going to have to melt a lot of ice, right, to create, a flood. But the sun's already changed, and it's not super hot, and it seems to be in the same spot and everything. So I don't know. If you look at it like, everything's, a system, and if you think of the world, the Earth having, like the floods and that being like a very long tide, a fractal of that. So it goes up sometimes, then it goes down, then it goes up, then it goes down. That's kind of the way I kind of see it more like that. So I really wouldn't be surprised if we get more land and it goes the other way.
Right? I wouldn't doubt that at all. And it's the grand cycle of time, right? The ages of the Kali Yuga, or the Mayan Bucktune, or what we call the precession of the equinoxes. It's all the exact same grand cycle of the rising and falling of, I guess, consciousness and life on Earth. It's quite fascinating, but it's like every single culture throughout time documents it. And when everybody's saying the same thing, and they've been around a lot longer than our little civilization, our reset, probably pay attention somewhat, right?
Exactly right. That's a good point, right? I mean, how old is this civilization, this society that we live in, right? According to our research, it's 200 years, maybe a little bit more at the most. And we talk about these other civilizations, and they will tell you, oh yeah, they lasted for thousands of years. Ours is falling apart after 200. So we're definitely not smart.
I'd say our current civilization is actually since the beginning of 1947. And like the end of World War II, and before that, like it was the intermediate reset of World War I, World War II. Before World War I, Atlantis, catastrophism, those were all taught as facts. And
that's a good point.
So
and you look at the school books as well, right around that time, that they changed them all. Like there's a book out there still, well, I don't know if it's still out there, but it was around 10 years ago. And it was from 1900, I think, and it was like a year 4 or 5 book, and literally most people just couldn't understand it. Like it was probably above high school level of the information in there, and they were teaching that to like 10-year-olds and 11-year-olds. So yeah, right. We got to look at these civilizations that actually lasted. What did they do to last? You can't last if you're warring with each other all the time and destroying everything. Doesn't make sense.
Exactly. You got to build, not decay.
Yeah. What was that last comment? Sorry, someone asked you something and I got rid of it. Now I can't find it. They asked you about, do you think the star forts were? Now I can't find it. Where is it? Someone said, do you think that the star forts were acting like, I think they said fuse or something for the energy grid, or batteries?
Yeah, probably like some
batteries.
sort of cold fusion, like resonance device gathering energy from the ley lines, the Earth grid, and then through all the water channels that they had there, connecting, powered through the water. It's probably pretty similar to all of the stone circles that Michael Tellinger's documenting down in Southern Africa. And they have just ridiculous kilohertz frequencies of sound energy coming out of them to this day that will they're so powerful that they mess up your compasses. They create their own electromagnetic fields. They altered block GPS, and it's these megalithic stone circles that to this day are putting out that much insane energy.
I think this is really the next part we're going to hit. You know, it's starting to show its head now, but you know, we're taught to look at rocks as these just inanimate rocks, just these things, and even bricks and cement if you want to get into it. But we're starting to find out that, you know, rocks have all these properties. You know, some rocks are conductive, electrically conductive, or they have magnetic fields, or they do all these things.
And that was like the biggest thing, like revelation that Sylvie with New Earth brought forward like 4 or 5 years ago there, about the geopolymers that the civilization was building with, and that it still was going on maybe only 100 or 200 years ago at the very like least, and it could still like be active to this day. And that it's a whole nother dimension of nanotechnology and understanding like the electromagnetic forces and stuff. And now the new discovery that bricks can be used as batteries, and that it's like 3-4 years ago, I remember Linda Moulton Howe telling stories from some of her apparent sources from Antarctica of this pre-Adamite civilization they found under the ice, and that the architecture there was like nano coated, like painted on like electrical circuitry, and like would glow and still light up and was like active, but it was like megalithic rocks and then like nano coating of just like electrical computer styled stuff, right? But that it seems like the more we look into these Tartarian buildings and cathedrals and stuff like that, with what they're actually built out of, and also the megalithic pyramids and what those geopolymers are built with, that there's so much more higher dimensional technology involved and put into these structures, and this past ancient but possibly still utilized technology.
Well, this is, you know, I was just thinking then of you know, volcanoes, right? You know, I've done a video and I had a bit of a think, and you know, a lot of people have sort of been questioning volcanoes and where this plasma comes from. Now, if rocks aren't what we're told, right? If they have electrical charges and all these different properties, you know, if you had the concoction of the right kind of rocks together, could they literally just create their own heat and turn themselves, you know, an energy and turn themselves magnet and create explosions? Because they can, you know, especially if these you know, volcanoes are on ley lines, right? Energy lines.
Yeah, and like the more I'm discovering with this electrolysis, like plasma cold fusion experiments, but like the nanomaterials and like the self-organization, but also like the plasma state, metal pure elements, and how it's essentially a completely different dynamic for geology and for like metallurgy. And like I've taken a 2-year university minor in geology, and that it kind of rewrites our understanding of not just sedimentary but also metamorphic rock, and also the ocean, and how it is one giant electrolysis plasma battery, and that the layers, the goo at the bottom is essentially just metallic plasma, and that
so like you get in the bottom of your jars almost when you do your mono.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that the amount of like electrical energy and potential and plasma energy within that is a whole different unaccounted for dynamic, and especially with going deeper down into what we currently claim and believe to be the mantle and the core, and that it's most likely actually a plasma sort of concoction once you leave the solid and the liquid behind, and that this goo will then reach. I personally think that there's probably some sort of hollow center, and it's from just even rotating a ball with like a clear ball full of water, and once you get up 500,000 RPM, any air you have in it goes straight to the center of it, so that just if we are a spinning object, theoretically, it would push everything to the outside, and there would be like an equal zone, I guess.
Centrifugal force.
Yeah, like, and I guess inverse gravity sort of thing, but who knows?
We've only been down 8 miles, right? Not quite.
Exactly.
And then they hit an impenetrable wall. So it's like all this science stuff we're starting to work out. It's all, they don't know. It's all theories, and they teach it as truth. But I think whatever the layout, I think there's definitely space underground. We know of all the tunnels and everything, but I think there's also big, like a hollow earth. I mean, either ball or flat. I think there's definitely.
But so the flat though, it's like going into the inverse dimension, and that then it's like I've seen a lot of models of like 3 discs in a row sort of thing that now are being measured or something like that within the flat earth research, and it fits into the moments
discs above
of
each
time
other,
sort of thing.
like stacked discs or stacked on top of each
so
other?
It's like kind of like a portal, like a time portal that you're essentially connecting into through alignments, and it's like I think it would tie into the occulting of the moon and the sun, and when you have your solar and lunar eclipses, that's where all of these stone portal gates probably opened up, and you're connecting into the etherical spiritual realm of the interdimensional galaxy, and that's probably a higher civilization, lost technology. That there's a lot of different throughout conspiracy land presentations and projects on portals and stuff like that. I haven't really looked too much into it, but there's definitely could be something to it.
Spoken to more. I think a lot of that comes from like the torus, the torus, and having, as far as the plane in the middle, the inertia plane. But then, of course, that gives you an above and a below, like realms almost above and below.
You got it. And then it's like 3 dimensions of single planes. But yeah, that's theory. That's a advanced theory to explain in a whole nother presentation.
Exactly.
But actually, if you want to share the image I have up, this is my hyperdimensional model of everything. But oops, oh dear.
All right, fractals.
So this guy over here, that's actual hydrogen atom pictures, apparently.
The Yosoi one, or Yosoi?
Below that, to the far right.
Okay.
Above the apex.
The black and white one, yeah.
Yeah, black and white.
Okay, yeah. It's almost, so it's like a torus on its side almost.
Yeah, I gotta.
And this is the thing about the whole, realm where, you know, there's what we're also learning pretty quick is there's definitely other dimensions that are pretty close to us, you know, whatever they be. You know, they're yeah. We are not alone.
And how color is a dimension that all on its own, as is sound. And
exactly.
The ancients understood it a lot better than us.
Yeah, we'll need to do a bit more on that. We've covered it a bit, but basically everyone knows everything's frequency, but every frequency basically has an expression in sound as far as a pitch, an expression in like geometry as far as shapes, an expression in color. What else is there? A few excuse me, a few more
wavelengths. Yeah, and
so,
geometry.
Yeah, so if you understood all that, you know, you could look at yellow and say that's representing this frequency, or you could look at yellow and then a shape next to it and go, they're the same thing, or they're not the same thing, you know, and that's the universal language that we're, you know, that we've kind of lost, that we're relearning at the moment is, you know, the universe does speak in symbols, I guess. Is that the right word?
Yeah, symbols, geometries, how to describe it.
And the word symbol
just
kind
like
of gives
mathematics
away,
and codes, cycles. But there's definitely a structure, and I have to say intelligent design. It's insane.
It has to be. Yeah, I mean, everything. This is the thing. If you think this is random, I mean, you know, it's like that saying, right? It's easier. Well, it'd make more sense if a hurricane went through a junkyard and completely built, you know, an F-16. That would be simpler than what we
statistical
see.
probability in the mathematics, that if you understand mathematics, that it's just impossible to be anything but an intelligent design of this octave scale of nature, and that what we've labeled as metaphysics is in fact a higher knowledge of the actual structure of the universe. And Walter Russell understood it, and Pythagoras and Plato understood it, and Tesla understood it, and so many others also throughout time. Isaac Newton.
Exactly. And it's interesting, a few people are talking about the split, you know, and the split in vibration in people and the new earth and all that. And, you know, some of those pictures you show, you know, with the two cones coming off the middle bit, I mean, that almost represents, right, a split. And if you look at how like babies are formed, right, and the cells divide, that first cell, how it divides in two, kind of looks the same, right? So
absolutely.
Is that a fractal for what's going on in the bigger realm and what's actually happening? Are we
exactly, the fractal geometry and nature of the universe. Those are actually images I need to add to this.
There you go, Martin Haley, welcome. He's been smoking volcanoes. Best smoke ever. Bernie is in his zone. I don't know how he knows his stuff, but it makes sense when he explains it. There you go, Maria.
The lost language of alchemy, it's a pictographic, vector-based, like physics-based language, and it has to do with your electromagnetic forces, and it's insane because it's the oldest documented language in like Sumeria, Babylon, the Vedic. Like it's a global, from the beginning of recorded history and language, they use the same alchemy symbol language that is still used by the occult societies today. So it's the oldest, longest lasting in use language ever. So there's got to be something to it. And it really is that it is the essential God code or structure, like building blocks of the universe, of creation, and it's cold fusion. And the more I look into it, the more I work with it, the more it blows my mind. But it's amazing. And yes, it 100% has to do with Isaac Newton's alchemy, and it's off of Isaac Newton's alchemy writings that I have made a lot of my connections and discoveries and deciphering of electrolysis alchemy, or it's alchem, electric chemistry. It's in the word. It's
exactly. And with all these, people from the past, we know, most of them are Freemasons, but that's it's the same thing, right? That got taken over too, and they usurped all the knowledge and the language and hid it from us so they could try and use it for themselves. So it doesn't necessarily mean that everyone in the past who was studying this stuff was evil, even if they were a Freemason. It doesn't even mean Freemasons were bad in the past. It's like Bernie said, this could have all been from 1947, but at the most it's probably 200 years, right? Before that, we don't know. It's all just being taken over and inverted. So I just hear a lot, people, they avoid topics and certain things because they just say, oh, they're a Freemason, or that's this or that's that. But this is the thing. If it's back in the past, it's a story. It's the information we should be after. And then we make our own discernment and from that. But as far as today's Freemasons, that they're a different story. But 90% of Freemasons are under 33rd degree, and they don't even know what Freemasonry is. They're not even told the secrets and the language. So
exactly. And I actually joined the Freemasons at one point. I only made it to first degree before stopping because it was just too Zionist for me. And they're like, well, we're not a religious organization, yet the entire structure and teachings is that of the Zionist ideology. And I realized that in 1777 or whatever it was, when the first English lodge was officially founded, that's actually when the Rothschilds and whatnot took control and erased the official history and teachings of it. And there are, from what I've read online and accessed, the higher up degrees and teachings actually do include a lot of the lost ancient knowledge. But the thing is none of very, very little percentage of actual people in Masonry make it to those levels or actually understand what they're reading or what they're being taught. And that the vast majority of them just ignorant to what's going on. And I asked what was the elected worshipful master of my lodge. He was a 32 degree Mason, and he goes over to Europe quite a bit, about the P2 lodge and what he thought about the P2 lodge in the Vatican. He's like, that doesn't exist. What are you talking about? And then because I'd first heard about that, the talking about it through Benjamin Fulford a long time ago. But the next trip he went over to England, and then he came back and he took me aside. He's like, Bernie, just shook it to the core. The P2 lodge does exist. So it's they're just clueless to and being used just like everybody else, right? And the vast majority of the people that I met that were in that lodge seemed like really good people, and didn't seem
for most it's just a boys' club, isn't it? It's kind of like
it is,
exactly. For men. They get to wear their little uniform and stuff and play their little games.
It was mostly a bunch of middle-aged men escaping for a night from their wives to get drunk and boss around the new kids in aprons to serve them and feel like something special. But at the same time, we're real nice people having a good time. And but it was like the retarded Zionist teachings of like, you guys don't even understand what you're preaching or believing.
Yeah, they're just getting indoctrinated, right? It's like we see now with repeaters, you know, and you know, they're not going to tell you the truth unless you agree that, you know, you'll do all these weird things basically so they can get dirt on you. So if you, you know, give away their secrets, they'll go and destroy you. And most people don't want to do that. You know, go and lie in a coffin and tell us you know, naked, and tell us your deepest, darkest secrets and all this kind of stuff. And you know, and when you see all these people around, all these, they've all done that, right? All these politicians, they've all done that.
Yeah,
these weird ceremonies, right?
Yeah, and it's like I'm very happy that I never pursued and went all the way into the initiation, so that I don't owe myself or am owned by anything or any vow to anything or anyone but myself, right? And that's the most empowering thing that you can have in your life, is to never give up your own power or put yourself beneath anyone or any entity or idea, and that understanding you are an eternal being, an eternal life and force and entity, and are just as powerful and strong and right to exist as anything else within the universe.
Definitely. That's, you know, that's it, right? As soon as you listen to someone else's explanation or whatever, don't looking into it to yourself, you've lost the game. You've been programmed, and you can't see reality as it really is. And, you know, that's where we've gone with science, because all this alchemy stuff, all alchemy is, it's working out how the world works, right? It's literally working out, okay, it's made from frequencies and patterns and all this stuff and how to interact with it, where, you know, today it's all theories, right? Oh, we think this would happen. Oh, here's a theory. And, you know, like someone said, it's still up there, Neil Stewart. He said Masons, but, you know, scientists, right, as well. They're all useful idiots. They just, because the problem is they're book taught as well. So they're just repeating what someone else has said, and who was probably repeating what they were taught. And so you just get this crap at the end, and it's not based on anything. But everyone telling it to you think that they're really, really smart.
Exactly.
But they can't. They aren't. All right. So how we going there, Bernie? We've been going for 2.5 hours.
We have indeed. Almost 3.
Almost 3, is it? Oh, okay. Yeah, there it is. 2:47. Holy dooly. So
right, the sun is rising.
Oh, is it?
Where
I'm a bit tired, is it? Yeah, right. It's that time. Gosh. All right.
Time to duck and roll.
Sleep. Time to go to bed. All right. So yeah, we might wrap this up then, if you're all done there, Bernie. So
most definitely.
Thank you for everyone for joining us. Hope you enjoyed that.
Much love and respect to everyone. Okay, yeah, a couple last notes now that I think about it. On September 10th, I have a 2-hour stream with Rex on Leak Project, and then September 11th, I have another 2-hour with him, but that one's also going to be including the alien scientist, so it's going to be a September 11th extravaganza.
And it's the 20th anniversary.
Right. So what better way than bringing the forces of Leak Project and alien scientists together with yours truly, Bernard the Alchemist.
There you go, guys. If you're not subscribed to Bernard, jump on over, Bernard Conklin, and subscribe so you don't miss that kind of stuff.
Also, my new channel that I am just starting out, I am going to make a comment in the live chat, but Crypto Alchemist, and that is going to be a YouTube channel that is specifically dedicated to crypto news.
There you go. So the moon and crypto, what was it? Is that Crypto Boy or
what? Crypto Alchemist? Crypto Alchemist right there.
Oh, he was in
That is me. Yeah. That is me. That is my dual personality right there.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So the best is like when I'm commenting on comments, other people's comments about me as Crypto Alchemist. I'm like, what degree of person am I speaking?
Are you trolling
right
yourself?
Oh yeah, so it's been fun.
Well, there you go, guys. So that'll be launched soon. So we'll keep you up to date, or Bernie will, on all the latest, crypto altcoin kind of stuff, wealth building. Someone did mention before, what about precious metals? Definitely gold and silver. My only advice would be make sure you hold them, because a lot of them are in. You buy them and they get held for you. But if you don't have it, you don't have it.
You don't hold it, you don't own it. One of my shirts, Oink design, you got it. We got
got lots of faces.
Yeah, bunch of pigs. I guess that one didn't really show.
Oh, it's a bunch of pigs.
But I've been going through all my clothing designs and getting things organized. So I'm going to be minting clothing designs with the actual articles of clothing as multi-layered NFTs and putting some of them up for sale and tokenizing Burn Cron.
Nice. All right, I might have to have a chat to you about that too. I need to get my store updated. So the link to that's on your page, is it? Or have you got a store or anything? Or
burncron.com, but yes, it's linked on my YouTube page, and it's going under a rebuild right now. So I'll be posting it all over the place in a couple of weeks.
We'll let you know when that turns up, because I'll have to have a chat to you. I've just noticed that my first auto shirt's about a year old, but it's already starting to wear a bit, the print. So
I do quality. Like this one right here I'm wearing, this has been washed probably 30 times at least.
Yeah, wow. That's what we need. So there you go, guys. Better merch coming. So we'll let you know when that all pops out. So there you go. We're at 2 hours and 51 minutes. Thank you all for joining us. 250 of you left. Have an awesome day, night, afternoon, wherever you may be in the realm. We'll be back next week with another live. And just keep your eye out for David Icke interview coming up, and of course Martin's tartaria event. So there you go, guys. We'll let you know as it all happens. So thanks for joining you. Thanks for joining us. And we joined you. Love you all. Stay awesome. And we'll talk to you on the next upload. Bye for now.
Toodles.